What's going on, guys? It's guys from the Coaches Vault. I have Marcus, Dustin, and Leo here with us. Today we're going to be talking about two topics. The number one topic we're going to talk about with things opening back up and COVID like steadily increasing. Um, this is how Marcus kind of said it, and it rhymes because he's like a little rapper now with all this poem shit. Um, what to do? What to do for COVID Part 2? Okay, gym edition. So we're going to be talking about some things that we think are going to happen, or some steps that we're going to need to take to ensure the safety of our clients and especially of ourselves. Because if we can't take care of ourselves, then how can we take care of other people? Um, so I'll start with this one. Um, I want to give a story for one of my friends who's also a gym owner had this happen to her. So the carelessness of clients, like, to be 100% honest, just like don't really trust anybody out there. Like, take care of yourself. Like, trust me, wear a mask. Like, even though like you might think it's stupid, you don't know where these people have gone. So his client took preventative measures to ensure that after a flight, so she flew somewhere and she came back, and she was like, well, I need to go ahead and take preventative measures to make sure that I don't have it, to make sure that I'm safe. Like, okay. So she went off the plane, went straight to the urgent care and got a test. And then all of a sudden, like, she still goes on and does her regular stuff, like with probably no mask on or anything like that. I don't know. He didn't tell me those details. But on Saturday, she decides to come to the gym and afterwards go ahead and tell the guys, like, hey, I just came from a flight and I also went ahead and got a test done. I don't know my results yet. So not letting people know what's going on until after that, now you have contact with somebody who's might have it and taking preventative steps. And then the next day, like, she finally gets her results and she's positive. Like, came into the gym, took all the preventative steps that she needed to take, except staying the fuck away from the gym. You know what I mean? Because she just wanted to work out and could have risked like the whole gym going ahead and getting shut down, or people like scared to come in because like they didn't take preventative measures and all that stuff. So her carelessness, her preventativeness and carelessness and selfishness to come in caused him to lose days of work, and he has to go ahead and get checked for COVID because she was careless and selfish enough to come to the gym knowing that she might have it. You know what I mean? Now the whole thing is fucking shut down for a little bit until they can figure this situation out. So it just goes to show you, like, right now, like with the rise on it, like, take the step. Like, we've been doing it for fucking months. Like, you know how to stay inside. Like, we've been practicing that motherfucking shit for 2 months, and you guys in Jersey are still doing it. Like, trust me. Like, if you're gonna take the steps to go ahead and think you have it, and even the thought of you having it and you getting a test, fucking lock yourself down. Like, why would you put people at risk because you thought it was okay to, I'll be fine? I mean, you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, the dude doesn't fucking have health insurance. Like, God forbid, like, something goes on and he doesn't fucking, and he gets sick. You get me? Like, what is the insurance bill? Is that bitch gonna pay for that? No. You get me? So just make sure that you take care of yourself. You take care of your clients the best way that you can. And, like, God, bro, like, put on a fucking mask. You don't know where these people have been. Like, you don't know if they're lying and stuff like that. It's like having leprosy at this time. Like, you know how embarrassing that must feel? You know what I mean? Like, I got it now. And people are like, well, stay away from me. So it's just a weird time. And just like with things opening back up, with things like this happening, like, just be more aware. So I think for me, like, what to do is just take every step you can to make sure that your clients and you are safe. So even if it feels weird, like, wear a fucking mask. You know what I mean? If you have to tell clients that I don't feel comfortable with you either having a mask, then go ahead and do that. I mean, you got to go ahead and take those steps. And I mean, it's weird to work out with a mask. Let's be 100%. You know what I mean? It's not like you're fucking putting on like the
Normal
elevation
one.
mask. You know what I mean? You got the elevation mask and all that shit. I mean, like, just make sure that you do everything you can, because at least if you get sick, and you do, like, let's be real, like, everybody's got to get sick. If you do get sick, you understand that you went ahead and you took the steps that you needed to prevent it. You know what I mean? It's worse when you're like, all right, well, I fucked up. You know what I mean? It's my fault. Then it's worse than, well, I took everything I needed to take and then I got sick anyway. Like, what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Either way, it's not really fair, but just be safe. That's all. So that's my 2 cents with that whole story and stuff like that. So who wants to go next? I'll let anybody hit the floor on this one because it's a great topic.
Well, I'm gonna take it to just for like the trainers, you know what I mean, and telling your clients, you know, a lot of people are gonna be very nervous once, you know, gyms open back up, and that's one thing that, considering that Jersey has yet to open back up, if we do, when we do, you know, try to take some of your clients outside. You know what I mean? You know, because I know the gym's gonna be overpacked. If you know, if they're allowing a full capacity, which I completely doubt. Take them outside. You know, we start bringing some fitness equipment and work out with them outside. You know, I mean, you still have the ability to wear your own mask and stay 6 feet apart. And it's time to be very creative as trainers. You know, what I mean, change the way that you train. You know, because you can't rely on your, you know, your old tactics where you're like, oh, I need a bar to train my clients, or I need, you know, dumbbells to train my clients. Like, this is the age where creativity for trainers have to be something crazy and out of ordinary for all of us now, because you know, everybody's scared of being in close proximities with each other. Training with the mask is damn well near impossible, because all you're breathing in is um, carbon dioxide. So all you're breathing is you're just breathing harmful toxins right back into the body. So you can see a lot of people taking off their mask to breathe. So you don't want to be close to them. So just finding out different things you can do, you know, telling your clients to invest in, you know, different, you know, weights at home, which is now starting to become a little more available. Because everybody's starting to, you know, certain places are starting to open up. So all those kettlebells, the dumbbells, the bars that, you know, were sold out for months are now restocking themselves. So, you know, start getting them to do more virtual training sessions and only use weights that they're very comfortable they're using, instead of trying to like push and push you know, the bar a little bit. So that'd be the one thing I definitely have to say for, you know, for this round of COVID. Just work on your creativity as trainers. You know, get your clients to do things that they were not used to doing, like training outside, virtual training, and just get better. Just get better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
piggyback off of what Marcus said, um, as a trainer, and this probably works better with smaller gyms like the gym I go to and like where EP coach is at. If you come in, you've got a client, say you don't feel comfortable being around all your clients, you could honestly go in, you know, 30 minutes before your session time, or go in the day before your session and literally just go through each exercise. Just record yourself, go through each exercise. It don't have to be long. You just say they got front squat, they got a leg press, they got like a lunge. You literally can just go through it, show the movement, and then give your coaching tips, and then send that to your client and say, hey, I don't feel comfortable being in there right now. This is the workout you're going to do in the gym. Because like in Texas, we are open up pretty
Yeah.
much, especially in Houston, it's pretty much fully open.
Mm-hmm.
But to be safe and play your part, you can easily go in to your gym, record your workout, super easy, quick to edit something on like iMovie or a free app, and just send that, you know, 5-10 minute video to your client. So the next day they go in the gym, they can pull up the video, see exactly how you want it, see whatever coaching points that you want to make for them, and still be able to get your workout in. And both of y'all can still, as far as like being a trainer, like speaking about your buddy, he might not be able to go to the gym for 14 days, depending on his results, but he can at least still, you know, financially support himself.
For sure. For
He'll
sure.
provide his service. I mean, granted, you might have to discount the price a little bit, but at least he's not completely out of work.
100%. What do you think, Dustin? How does it look for in Louisiana right now?
In Louisiana, stuff's starting to open back up and everything. I'm still not back. We'll be back pretty soon, taking all the steps and everything to, you know, clean everything up once it's done getting used. But I'm blessed in the setting that I'm in, because we have enough, you know, D1 school, we have enough equipment that everybody's going to be spread out, and they're all going to have their own equipment that only they're going to touch during their sessions. So everybody's going to be separated. Everybody's going to be really far apart. And then afterwards, we're going to take the time to clean everything and make sure like all those fumes from the cleaning products get out of there before the next group comes in. And then like, teams and everything will be split up. Only one team will come in at a time, stuff like that. So I'm blessed in that sense. But I think like all of y'all said, like Marcus said, take them outside, split everybody up, get them far apart, be creative in your training. I mean, everybody might not have access to a barbell. Everybody might not have access to dumbbells, but I mean, there's a lot of body weight stuff, a lot of unconventional stuff that nobody ever thinks of that you can do in this time, such as, crawls, Turkish get-ups, stuff like that. So being creative and then, just taking care of yourself, like you said, Evan. I'm going to be wearing a mask because it's going to be required for us because we work around one of arguably the healthiest population. We work around the, top 10 percenters. So even if they get it, they're probably not going to show symptoms. It's just how it's going to be. But we can prevent the spread through us to other athletes and all that stuff. So
yeah,
just taking care of what we can do.
Yeah, for sure. I think the creativity and just making sure that everybody stays safe is a big deal. I mean, like Marcus, you can't so with the barbell and with all that stuff, like people are gonna be coming back into your gym, right, Marcus? And you're gonna be starting to train them soon. So will Equinox allow you to take some equipment outside if you're more comfortable doing that, or you're thinking about more like, hey, like let's have a training session away from Equinox every now and then? Like, what is the regulation for that?
They probably will let us take some of the equipment out, depending. We just gotta make sure we just clean it once we're done with the client. I know some trainers will be, probably taking them to, the track and with equipment that, they have themselves. Because we all have different equipment. Everybody has, at least a medicine ball, a kettlebell, and some bands. You can do a full workout with one of your clients. Just based upon that, just make sure that if everybody as well, if you are going to train your clients outdoors, have a waiver. Protect yourself. You know what I mean? Protect yourself at all costs. Because you will have that one client who just want to act up and they get hurt and then they want to sue. But if you have equipment, that's perfectly fine. They probably won't let us take the equipment to the parking lot, which is right outside, and work them out right there because they only allow, I know from what I know, they're only going to allow a certain amount of people in at a certain time. And each person has a set amount of time that they can be in the gym. So within that time period, it's like, all right, well, we got to get the ball rolling. So if you're going to say they only allow 25% of the capacity, you know what I mean, and you have 3 people who need to come and work out, well, you know what? Take some kettlebells outside, talk to each one of them, like, hey, I got 3 kettlebells, so this is yours, this is yours, this is yours. Nobody touches the other ones, and we're gonna do a circus style training. You know what I mean? Everybody's gonna be separated, but everybody's gonna be doing something a little different. And then you'll be fine. But it's going to be very interesting. We're still trying to figure out exactly what's happening. But we don't know yet. And it's very frustrating because, with everything going on, we don't know what's really going to happen because, you have places like New York City that, they're closed for a duration of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have cases going back up in Florida, cases going back up in California, and Georgia, all the places that practically open back up to the public, those cases are starting to skyrocket all over again. Like Florida has like 2,000 cases a day right now that's starting to pop up. So it's crazy, and nobody knows the severity of what's happening. So hopefully we could learn faster than anything else.
Yeah, for sure. I just think it's just a weird ass time, and I think just making sure that everybody's safe is the number one priority. I mean, numbers are going to skyrocket because everything's going to open back up. And the thing about the South is that once nobody gives a fuck, nobody gives a fuck. Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is. So, like, gyms are opening back up. Nobody's wearing a mask. People are just running out in and out outside all the time, stuff like that. So, I mean, allow it. Like, know your clientele, know their comfortability level, and then understand that even though that they're comfortable, if you don't feel comfortable, don't feel bad. You know what I'm saying? So like if they don't want to wear a mask or they feel comfortable doing whatever the fuck they want, that doesn't mean that you have to go ahead and be like, well, I'm not gonna wear a mask because it'll make them feel awkward. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, well, you don't know what I have going back at home. You don't know what I'm going to go through. So I'm going to go ahead and do the best that I can do to protect myself, which in turn will protect you. You know what I mean? But yeah, doing all the creativity. I think maybe also a lot of those online and those video things that Leo was saying will probably be like from now until the end of forever. Like those are things that with that creativity, I think right now is a good time to practice it and gather all those videos that you want or whatever programmatic stuff that you want and start transferring not only to online training but maybe like a hybrid of yourself. Yeah, I mean, like, hey, someday, like, I want to kind of cancel the spread. So why don't we do 2 days of trading and then 2 days of virtual training, or something like that, or 2 days of pro, and then you do a discount or something like that. I mean, there's so many ways to do it, and I think, like selling it as in, well, I don't like the word selling it, but selling it as in like I want to stay safe myself and um, not risk getting sick, and the same thing for you. But I want to give you all I can. So I think that's all I can. That's the best that I can do is see you twice, make sure everything looks good, and give you two more. Yeah, I mean, and figure that out like business wise. But I think that's probably going to be the new thing anyway, with like personal trainers and stuff like that.
Y'all see 24 like officially filed bankruptcy. And,
Yeah,
I did see that. Yeah.
So around here, Evan, I think Baytown, like the 24s, they all have their section. Each of them has like 10.
yeah.
Baytown's the only one that isn't officially shut down, but all the other ones.
Wow.
I think the one in like Rice Village, which is like one of the top earners, and I think the one in Katy, which is like another top earner, they didn't shut down, but there was like 15 of them just in this Houston area that shut down.
Holy
So
shit.
this like a prime time for like especially these smaller gyms
Yeah.
to find their niche onto the online world.
Or yeah, for sure.
I heard like you just said, and bank on that.
Yeah.
That's where it's gonna be. Wow.
Yeah. Just figuring out your niche and doing that. I think that's gonna be big. And I think it's just making sure that everybody's safe and like athletes and stuff like that. Like with Dustin, I think, I don't know, man. I think you're literally in the best spot. You know what I mean? You're literally in the best spot, and not only because you train high level athletes, because I do miss that shit, but I mean, just the size of it, just because it's like people who come into the door don't come in to just fuck around. They come in, they know they have scheduled times and stuff like that. That's gonna be also a big thing where I don't know how it's gonna work for you, Marcus, and how they're gonna keep up with like 25 people in the gym. Are they gonna give them like a fucking stopwatch and a timer? When this dings, you're done. You know what I mean? Like
the buzzers at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
Ready or whatever.
We're gonna give you a call when you're done. You get I mean? I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Nobody knows, man.
You're gonna have bouncers people out the gym.
Exactly. Yeah, you're gonna start getting paid double.
You don't gotta go to brace and start like shocking you if you're not leaving the gym.
Everybody walks in with a fucking dog collar and stuff like that. It's like, oh, number 11's done. Beep beep. But yeah, I think the small, like we talked about before, the small gyms are going to be big, but making sure that the small gyms are also safe by constant communication is also the big thing. Like what we talked about with my friend, like the client didn't let him know until after. Like why? Like you have to make sure that these clients know that they shouldn't be able to just walk in whenever the fuck they want. That's why you're also paying a premium to come to these places, because you want the safety. So why would you go ahead and do that in the first place? So constantly reminding and constantly talking to your clientele, like, look, like you flew, you're not coming in, and you're not gonna lose money. You get me? You have a job to do, and so do I. But if it's not but my job is making sure that everybody's safe, just not you. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have a lot of these new business owners are gonna have a lot of difficult conversations, because like I know like everybody's got to work, but at the same time it's just like, well, if one person has it and he has a class with 6-7 people, then those 6-7 people got in contact. You know what I mean? Like now it's starting to be real because now the second wave, people are going to be out. It's not like we're going to go in quarantine again. Let's be real. Like that's not going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
I mean, so we're just gonna have to play it by ear, really. And I mean, pray to God, like nobody really fucking ends up dying. You know what I mean? Which unfortunately is gonna happen regardless.
Well, I do think before we go to the next topic,
Yes.
there are more cases for sure happening, but like with any disease, more exposure generally means more bodies are starting to build their own defenses for it.
Exactly.
So we'll see this rise in cases, but even without a vaccine, I think we'll see a lot less hospitalizations and a lot less mortalities and stuff through it too.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's got to get it to get an immunity to it.
Exactly.
So
the silver lining, I guess, of it.
Exactly. Yeah. As much as of a fucking small lining it is, it's true. No matter what. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next topic before we get dark and fucking grim, because that's not our style. Okay. All right. Anyway, okay. This is from Leo. This is a good question. So I want Leo to start, and then I'll kind of go like whenever the hell I want, and I'll try not to copy anybody because I have to remind people that I'm not gonna copy. Okay. So here's the question. Okay. All right. What is one or two things we each do daily that's uncomfortable as hell, but essential for our own personal growth? So Leo, you came up with the question. What are one or two things that you do on the daily?
All right. So before I get into that, I just noticed that everyone's got AirPods now.
Gang.
Gang. No. We gotta do. Stop talking.
Nah, I can't do that. I'm probably gonna cancel this. So.
Yeah. Stop. Yeah. But no, I got AirPods because my speaker sucks. So I actually had to get it for this. It wasn't for anything else, really.
Yeah, Dustin Marcus just spoiled. So that's what it is. That's why.
No, I got it because I just don't have I be talking in my house, and my fiance, if she ever tries to take a nap, she be looking at me like, bruh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I got it for when I want to listen to my own music and they have music blaring in the weight room. That's why I got them.
That's fair.
But now I feel left out, so I'm gonna have to pick some up this week.
Wait, hold on. Where's your barbell? Where's your barbell with 135 on the bar?
Dude,
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
It's there. No, I have to give back the equipment. I've had it. My gym needs it.
Oh, okay. I thought that was your own equipment. All right, that makes sense. All right, but you still have the rack, which is nice.
Yeah, it'll be gone by the next Vault Talk, unfortunately.
Damn.
It was good though. That was awesome having it. But so one thing I do uncomfortable that just comes straight to my head because I literally did it today, and it's got to do with fitness. My personal journey of fitness is like I now spend at least 15 to 20 minutes working like mobility before every lift now. So, and that seems like such a really common thing. Like, why would you not practice that? Because my own clients, I'd have them, do some type of warm up beforehand. But I'll be very fortunate enough that I've always been like limber enough, and I always had enough time in my workouts that I could like show up there, do like a very, very like 2-minute warm up, and just get right into it. But as my 9 to 5 job gets busier and being a dad and everything, like my workout times are very limited. Like today, I went to work out between 2 and 3. So it pains me to knock off like 20 minutes on the back end of my workout, where there'd be like a couple extra sets of squat, bench, or something that's going to make me feel good, have a pump, like walk out to the gym leaving jacked. I've rededicated that time to being more mobile. And I've noticed just off the last like 2 or 3 months of doing that, like simple tasks like bending down to play with my kid and like picking stuff up that's like the bottom cabinet in your kitchen, like way back there. There's that one piece of Tupperware that's been there since he moved into the house. I can like comfortably squat down there and grab it and pull it out. So that's like something I've been doing daily. And it's something super simple. I'm sure most of y'all do it, but for me, it's been very uncomfortable. And it's more like mentally uncomfortable because I feel like you just want to get into the weights and you just want to get after it, but you got to like really take your time and go through like your protocol of your mobility, because in the long run, that's going to allow you to get after it for much, much longer in life too.
Yeah. All about longevity. That's the name of the fucking game. People forget that word when it comes to training for sure. I mean, yeah, that's why. I mean, I get that. Like the mobility stuff. Like I make my clients do it too. Like in between, like we talked about before. Like I like programming it in the lift to force them, and it actually helps them get into it. But I mean, to each his own. Okay, why don't we go, Marcus?
One thing that I've started really doing is creating my schedule, like actually writing everything down instead of going through everything by like memory. Um, I'll write it on an actual calendar. I have a calendar on my phone that I use as well. So like just writing down like what I have to do on a daily basis as well as a weekly basis has helped so much more because now I'm not sitting here like I feel like I have something to do on a certain day, and then next thing you know, I'm looking through my phone, like going through like hours of like conversations to find like that one event that I almost missed. So happened way too many times. Or if like a client like needs to reschedule, I don't write it down. I'm over there coming into work one day. I'm like, where my client at? And then it's like, oh yeah, they told me that they have to reschedule for the next day. So that was the one thing I've been really adamant about is just actually putting my entire calendar, like my schedule properly onto my phone and then reflecting that onto my calendar that I have right above my bookshelf. So it allows me to actually look at that every day just to see what I have going on. Because sometimes I forget exactly what I'm doing, especially like during this COVID. Every day feels like the same. Every day feels like a Friday. Every day feels like a Monday. You know what I mean? So it's like it feels all jumbled together. So just being able to look at my calendar, be like, okay, I have a client at this time. This time, I know what time I need to what time I need to fall asleep, what time I need to wake up, how much time I have when I wake up to do cardio before my first client. So it really helps me out just building my entire day to that way if I need to fit more things in it, it's like consistent and it's scheduled properly for myself.
Mm. Okay, planning. All right, Dustin, what you got?
So me personally, if you know me, I like to lift things with something heavy for like 1 rep, 2 rep, 3 reps, Other than that, I don't really like anything else, but I have started running in the mornings.
Oh God.
As soon as I wake up, I'll have,
Tough one.
huh?
That's a tough one.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
can't.
But I'll have my coffee or my black tea because I tried to get away from caffeine a little bit because I realized, I'm 24, but I still drink too much coffee throughout the day. But I'll have that and then I'll go run. And, sometimes it's only a mile, sometimes it's 2. It hasn't been more than 2 though. But I do that every morning and then I'll have my lift later on in the day. And then also with that, kind of like what Leo said, I'll work on my mobility after the run. I've been paying a lot more attention to my feet and my ankles because I have terrible ankles, but also taking the time to, sit in the bottom of my squat and make sure that my toes are spread and I'm actually gripping the ground with that big toe and the pinky toe. And, not a lot of people pay attention to their feet, but when you think about it, it's literally one of the most important parts of our body. It's what connects us to the ground. If something's wrong with your feet, then something is more than likely wrong everywhere else or anywhere else in your body. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We talk about shitty ankles all the time. We actually talk about your shitty ankles more than anybody needs to. but yeah. I mean, like it's true. I got shitty ones, so I actually bought new shoes. I bought Metcons just to like literally walk around. I need flat shoes because I need to understand. Like I can't have that heel because it fucks up everything. You know what I mean? So I understand. So for me, I mean, if you guys know me and you guys already do, I do a lot to make myself kind of uncomfortable. So I'm gonna kind of just pick like maybe 1 or 2. But something that I actually literally started today was I started writing like by almost every 30 minutes things that I do. So like from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, every 30 minutes I write what I'm doing. So like if I'm watching TV or watching like stupid shit, you know what I mean? Like I ate this time. But it shows me like how much time like I'm either wasting or how much time I'm actually actively doing stuff. So it kind of just wakes me up to be like, bro, like, why do I need to watch like 5 hours of TV at like the entire day and then complain that I went ahead and I didn't read today or something like that. So that's one of the things I've been doing. It's just like, just to kind of check myself, like, the fuck am I really doing? Like, why am I doing that? So it forces me to turn off the TV and stuff. What else do I do that makes me uncomfortable? So, I mean, I wanted to start doing this. I haven't started doing this, but this is the one theoretically I want to start. Since I'm really introverted, I hate people, but I do need to start being more actively vocal to like meeting new people and stuff like that. So my goal is just to smile, like as I'm walking past people and just say hi, like 5 people a day, stuff like that. But as coronavirus goes on, like I don't want to say hi to people and start a conversation and then end up having to be like, oh, well, I'm sick now. So that hasn't happened. But the other thing that I do that kind of makes me uncomfortable is I've been really like I tend to journal a lot and I tend to kind of hop on and off of it. But I've been journaling a lot lately, always asking myself a question in the morning and at night, whether it has to do with something that I want, something that I need to focus on, or something like that. What I'm understanding is that having a question at night, yeah, I mean, not answering it, just having a question at night so you can answer it in the morning. You kind of subconsciously think about that without even really thinking about it. So you wake up and you have like a fresh mind for the question that you wrote at night. And then at the same time in my journal, I never write down my programs or like what I'm doing, what weight I'm using. Like I usually just go by memory. Like this is my 1 rep max. I'm going to do 85% of that, whatever like that. Or I already have the program on paper, but I don't physically write down what I did or how many reps I did or whatever like that. I just know what I'm doing. So just constantly writing it down to kind of check myself. So a lot of the stuff is just things to make like just catch myself fucking bullshitting. That's all. That's what is really making me like that uncomfortable mode. Just checking, making sure that I'm actually actively doing things or spending time with trying to do a business model, spending time writing this, spending time like actually actively being on social media or doing stuff that I need to do or listening to a podcast if I need to, just checking myself with the time wasting more or less and the time and being active more, if that makes sense. So that's some things that I do.
So basically, and we're like everyone on the Coaches Vault are like more ambitious people than like the average population. So essentially, time management and working on your ankles is 2 things that you can do to make them uncomfortable.
Yes.
Like same like your thing with every 30 minutes or so you write down like what you've been doing. For my business, I do the same thing. Like as soon as I go talk to a person or I go meet a different sub, I like write down like what we talked about briefly, and then I write down like 9:47 a.m. and then the next note I write down 10:42 a.m. and then that like helps me piece together like okay, for like 2 hours I don't have anything written down. Like did I actually like do anything for these 2 hours or like what?
Exactly.
I forgot. I hope I didn't forget anything important to write down because 9 times out of 10 that comes around and bites me in the ass. So
exactly, yeah. I think proper planning is like, especially how young we are. I mean, like as soon as you get out of high school, time management is the most important thing. But like we start getting used to it, and then you start getting used to the schedule, and then you start forgetting to actually pay attention to the shit because you're so used to your college schedule. You know when to go to class, when shit is going on, and you never really ever need to look. But as you become an adult and you actually want to do things, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna have to physically see what's going on. You know what I mean? You have to physically write shit down, plan. You know what I mean? Like something that I'm noticing is that like I don't plan my like self-care or self-growth time. Like I want to go like even times like that where I want to spend an hour at this time, nobody interrupt me. Like fuck that time's blocked off where I just like go ahead and just worry about like EP time or something like that. I mean like that's important too. So proper planning and then also having time to plan like future goals and stuff like that. Like all that stuff's really important, and stuff is just like it's a simple thing to think about, but none of us really actively do it because we think we're so busy that that you're just like, oh shit, well I watched TV for 5 hours, but I didn't physically do anything else, shit like that. So it's just a wake up call, really, if you really want to think about it. So and go ahead.
Go ahead. You got it.
No, I was gonna say that like Marcus's time is like an hour of smoking weed and then the hour of the crashing and the hour of the eating. So that's 3 full hours.
First of all, I do run my life I do eat every 3 hours. That's a very true statement.
You're welcome.
But I do not smoke all the time, so I would like, for you to redact that statement. No, but it's everybody's a little different. I mean, like I spend a lot of my time just traveling. I mean, like, I think the whole, writing down your list is very important. Something that I also don't do at all, which, God, that would be nice to do sometimes.
Right. You forget.
You do forget, and then
you forget.
You go base by feel, but then it's like there be days where you be sitting there like, what did I eat? Like that maybe like hit that certain weight, and you just you can never remember. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You never know what it was, but time management is very important. A lot of people lose that. Even as we getting older, it's a skill that everybody needs to work on in general, because you think you may be good at it, and in reality, like, we're not. Little things catch us, for hours, where you might be on Instagram for which feels like 5 minutes, which is like 2 hours. You know what I mean? Or you get so caught up into a Netflix show, or you want to take naps in the middle of the day, and that 15-minute power nap supposedly is a 3-hour power nap, and now you're like, well, don't know what I did now.
Yeah.
So it happens to all of us, and I think the fact that if we can start like Evan said, if we can catch ourselves a little more and see if we're how we're being productive throughout the entire day, will be something that could really help us. But you gotta give yourself a day where you're like, you know what, I'm just not gonna do nothing business related. I'm just gonna just have a chill day, because people also forget that not having a day where you can completely rest and just enjoy your day is very crucial for the mind. And if you're always thinking about business, you're gonna drive yourself insane, and you're gonna hate what you're doing at the same time. So a lot of people remind themselves about that.
Yeah, everybody can be Gary Vee, and no one should ever be Gary Vee, where he goes 21 hours a day nonstop for 25 years. Like, that is not. He's like a complete anomaly when it comes to like the hustle. Like, no one should ever grind that hard.
Exactly. I think it's just like what Marcus said, and what you're saying is just like understand like what you're good at, and understand like how much time you need to give to it. You know what I mean? Like, busy and productivity are two different things. Like, you can be busy, you know what I mean, but what are you really doing to be called busy? You know what I mean? Are you really being productive? But like, you necessarily don't need to be productive like all 7 days out of the week. The real reason that I do the time management thing, and I block off time and I block off days, is because I'm the type of person that I forget how many days in a row I worked, even if it's like 3 or 5 hours. Like I can work 2 months straight and not even have a day off and fucking forget. And like, I just felt like it's the kind of thing where I have to go ahead and check myself. But like, I feel like, and it's the kind of thing where like, you work like 12 hours a day or like 10 hours a day or something like that, and you work for 2 months straight, like, you're fucking physically drained because you never gave yourself time off. You know what I mean? So mentally you're drained, physically you're drained, you end up being sick, you know what I mean, stressed the fuck out. Like, you have to go ahead and just understand that, like I talked about before, like, you can't be selfless until you're selfish. You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of other people. So that's one of the things that you need to do. You need to understand how much time you need to do your best self and be productive instead of being busy. You know what I mean? Doing absolutely fucking nothing and watching Netflix, which I'm about to be doing for the next couple hours anyway.
Basically.
But
Space Force.
You said what?
Space Force on Netflix.
Space Force, yeah. Space Force, yep.
Yeah.
I had to try it again. I wasn't into it the first episode.
Yeah, I watched the first episode.
It took me a little bit too. Like I just ended up just watching on loop. It's not as good as it's supposed to. It's nothing's gonna be as good as The Office.
Yeah, it's not as good as The Office, but like I can't wait for another season. Like I think after the third episode, it got like I like watched the rest of 7 episodes like all in a row.
Yeah, I mean it got good. Remember the episode with the ape? It's like banana. Like the way he was talking to the fucking.
Yeah.
that shit was so funny.
It's worth it.
Yeah, Space Force is something you should be watching. It's just like it's a quick like 10 hours, but it's like I mean they're 30 minutes. My bad. It's 10 episodes, so it's like what is that?
10 hours.
Like,
yeah.
No, there's 30 minutes. It's 30-minute episodes. It's 30 minutes episodes. 10 episodes. My bad. But yeah, no, it's a good show. But anyway,
I gotta finish Avatar first.
Oh yeah, I have to watch Avatar too.
I need to rewatch this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen it all the way through before, but finally doing it this time.
Yeah, I mean, might as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. I've been watching. What did I just watch? I watched. Well, if you have you guys seen the Jeffrey Epstein documentary yet?
I watched the first episodes. It's like so messed up.
It's so fucked up. I can't
believe like that shit's like I can't believe it, but holy shit, like what?
Yeah, man. How to get like that definition of white privilege right there, by the way.
Yeah.
But for 100%. But anyway, okay. I guess do you guys have anything else you want to talk about today?
No, we good.
We good. All right, Marcus, go smoke weed. You look like you need it.
You might need that, bro. I don't know what you talking about.
I do need it. I do. Anyway, okay. All right. This is for the viewers. We appreciate all your support during this time. We appreciate you guys watching our videos, reading our articles and all that stuff. We do have some more things that we're gonna be doing, which I'm gonna be talking to these guys about very soon. But yeah, a like and a subscribe goes a long way. So please, like, even though we should actually be talking this in the beginning, because God forbid anybody ever watches like the entire thing of our bullshit. But anyway, okay, a like and a subscribe goes a long way. So please, if you guys enjoy anything, then go ahead and spread the word, so we can continue spreading the knowledge to everybody. We're here to help. So again, if you guys have any questions, I do put everybody's Instagram tags in the post on the YouTube. So if you guys have any questions for Dustin, Marcus, Leo, or me, just go ahead and shoot it. But I appreciate each one of you guys. Stay safe out there, and I mean, thanks for having the talk.
Remember, guys, every like and every share helps Evan grow.
Are we gonna make that a thing?
Millimeter at a time.
You're a fucking bold bastard, and I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna cancel this talk anymore. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon.
At least I'm strong. Though.
I'm hanging up. Bye.
All right.
Bye.